All right, let's go over the vector operations. And I have up here the table from your book that you were supposed to copy into your journal, and we'll just go over these. So property 1 tells us that when we add vectors, we can change the order, which tells us that vector addition is commutative. Property number 2 shows us that we can group vectors differently when we add them together. We can add these first and then add them to W, or we could add these first and then add them to U. And this tells us that vector addition is also associative. Property 3 says if we add the 0 vector to a vector, it's not going to change anything. Property 4 tells us that if we add a vector and its opposite, that they're going to cancel each other out and give us 0. Property 5 says that if we multiply a vector by the scalar 0, we're going to get the 0 vector. And property 6 tells us that if we multiply a vector by the scalar 1, we're just going to get the original vector back. Property 7 tells us that multiplication by scalars is associative. So we could multiply the vector by b, that would give us a new vector, and then we could multiply it by a, or we could just multiply those two scalars together and multiply them by the vector once. And finally, 8 and 9 tell us that multiplication by scalars distributes.